We are just one day away now from the new season, and there are finally at least one leak for it that kind of suggests more stuff that will be in it as well. And it's at least kind of a sign that some things are changing, hopefully, because we'll talk about content and stuff. We got that leaked. We've got some FC Pro live stuff again, more SBCs I think are coming with that in that new promo, and we will actually get some more cosmetics with these new card designs, except there's a catch to it that we will also discuss in this video. The update is out today, and let me know if you guys have done some low-driven shots. I'm very curious to know if anybody's been doing some low-driven shots today and how they have been. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. I just wanted to stop and say thank you for being here. I am obviously extremely grateful for every single person that watches. And hey, well, let's just start talking about content, because I think it got to the boiling point today. People really started to realize, oh my god, this sucks. Like, it kind of all sucks right now. There was a couple good things. We'll talk about that Evo in just a second here, but I did want to get to the good stuff first before I kind of shit on the content a little bit. The daily gold upgrade, if you guys didn't see this, where is it? Right here, is now repeatable 10 times, which is a lot of gold cards per day, and also it's cheaper. It's only 5 bronze, 5 silvers for the upgrade instead of 10 and 10, or was it 11 and 11, I think. So actually, that's pretty incredible that you're going to get that many gold cards for the next 27 days. You can get yourself over 100 gold cards for the next 27 days for basically nothing. So I want to give credit where credit is due, because that's very, very nice. They also changed something here, which you guys probably have no idea, do you? Because it's so like irrelevant anymore, and it sucks, but you would have no idea. You wouldn't have even noticed this, but they did extend the league SBCs. They were expiring just like a few days, I think. Now it's back to 27 days once again. And I mean, at this point, who cares really about them? And it's unfortunate. There is kind of somewhat of a menu grind right now with, I think, 4 or 5 8310s and 4 8314s or something like that. There's quite a few of each, plus a new player pick and stuff. There's sort of can be a menu grind in there somewhere, which I do like. But the weird thing is, if you're going to give us that many golds anyway, like per day, why not give us a league SBC grind method back again at that point, if you're gonna give us that many golds per day for free? But anyway, then Court Jester came out, and this was where people were like, oh my god, another dog shit Evo. This one isn't quite as dog shit. The unfortunate thing is that it's actually pretty good for chains. Now, it gives Trickster Plus, which is not very good, of course, but if a card has 2 playstyle pluses already, it can be good for some like dribbling boost and stuff like that. Only a +1 overall when you put a card in here, and if I put an 84 in here, it's only going to an 85, so that's nice. But the problem is, when you release this combined with the other ones you've released recently, it's not going to blow anybody away by any means, and you should be blowing right now. You should be, because we haven't been blown in a while, and we should get that, you know what I'm saying? Start blowing us away with some Evos here, because we haven't been. Also, one last thing with content here, combining the 10 daily gold upgrades to be able to get, combining that with SBC storage, we have more golds than ever, or we're going to have more golds than ever to put into player picks and stuff like that. EA are well aware of that, and also we are going to start seeing things like this Edmund Tapsoba SBC that actually looks pretty dang good. Actually, there's some cards in here, or sorry, the 2 different cards. I like that there's 2 different options, and they're both like pretty damn good with play styles and stuff. But the thing is that it's 6 squads, right? And it's an 82, 83, 85, 84, 85. Like, there's a kind of a few filler squads in here, and even more so than usual, and we're going to just see more of that. You will for sure see more of like 82 squads in random SBCs, like 2 of them in random SBCs. But all right, let's get into the leaks in the news now. First of all, it's Alawayron coming as a FUT birthday player via Objective, which people figured it's going to be the season pass then, because in EA's blurb that they released, they said that it's going to be a Saudi League based season. And obviously, Alawayron will fit right into that. Here is the official card, and it has 3 playstyle pluses, which is pretty massive. It's kind of what you expected to see, I guess, but honestly, it's still nice to see, because it's been going much slower than we expected, I think. I expected to see some promo cards in FUT birthday with 3 playstyle pluses, and we haven't yet. These are the official stats as well, and Trickster, Power Shot, and Rapid. But these stats is pretty damn good there. And also down here, he replies to somebody who says, leak the the other season pass players, and he says fire emojis all over the place. So looks like it's going to be pretty good season players wise, I hope. I feel like the last couple haven't been so crazy. The first few had some really nice players in there. The Adama Traore everybody got, right? Trying to think of some other ones off the top of my head. I mean, we just got the Almo and Zabazlai, which was pretty good, but I feel like we've had a little bit of a gap there in some seasons where we've kind of been missing some really, really good cards, and hopefully Aloe and this season lives up to that. But FUT Agent does say Ultimate Team Birthday 3 playstyle pluses. I don't know if that means Evos, because he's like the Evo leak guy, or if that means that like cards in this next team will have 3 playstyle pluses. I have no idea what this means. He just tweets this out and just basically nothing, no explanation, no context at all. And speaking of Evo leaks, we'll go to that next here. There was a Rick TH tweet where he was a trader, and he was like, yeah, some very natural market rises tonight, LMAO, and all these wingers are just going up like crazy all of a sudden. And then FUT Yapper responds and says they all fit one of the next FUT birthday evolutions. So it looks like it'll be another winger evolution, which we've seen quite a few of recently actually, but I'm assuming that's what this is once again. And you could maybe say if somebody has inside info when they're rising like this, they could have big upgrades, you would hope, but and there's no real way to know that until it comes out probably. But it does appear most wingers will fit inside this Evo, and especially high pace ones too, so keep that in mind if you want to go out and buy a card right now in preparation for that. And then FUT Agent does say Ultimate Team Birthday Evo, one of the next Evos is paid, so can come today/tomorrow, and that was tweeted before yesterday's content, the content with the Tapsoba SPC. You would assume that it'll be the next couple days here. And he does say up here that it might be a training camp Evo. 5-star skills is one of the boosts, and dribbling good for chains apparently, which could suggest that that was the one we just got, but he does say it's going to be paid, so I'm assuming this is not going to be the one, and we'll get a paid training camp one that's also good for chains. But I guess if you have to wait, you would hope that you wouldn't have to wait for one that wasn't like massive boosts, I guess. Maybe that's just, I don't know, not something that will actually happen. But yeah, I'm not surprised to see a training camp Evo leak. I was kind of waiting for that because they just kind of released the feature and then haven't released anything since. And then going on to our near and dear cosmetic Evos that we've all, I think, actually thought was one of the best parts of this promo, which is not a very good indictment on the promo itself. But hey, look, we might be getting them again, except there's a catch. It's FUT 20 Retro Birthday Pack, it's FUT 18 and FUT 19 Retro Birthday Packs, and they all have one more of the cosmetic Evos in them, but this time they all are like store packs, right? The FUT 20 has 20 rare gold players rated 80 or higher, 2 guaranteed to be 88 or higher. The FUT 19 one has 19 rare gold player items, 81 or higher, and the FUT 18 one has 18 players, 82 or higher. So if I had to guess, these will actually be more expensive than what we had to pay already. I would guess these will be more than 50,000 coins and more than the 250 FC points or whatever that they were. I could be wrong. They might be the same FC points, but then just more coins. But that's kind of the catch with these, is that they're probably going to be more expensive now for the second one. And this, unfortunately, is going to be like the side effect of this, is that if EA saw how well they sold at 50,000 coins, they'll do 100k next time. And if that one doesn't sell as well, they'll go back to 50k, but they're going to test it out. You know, they're going to just try and push it until they reach the limit, whatever the limit might end up being, whenever people stop buying it. But yeah, we technically do get more of these just in store packs, of course, because good Lord have mercy, we just cannot escape store packs ever. That's what all these were here. Provisions packs added in, and then more other store packs there. And yeah, I saw a tweet today that was right at content time where it was like, EA must have thought that Evos have been too good, or they need to kind of tone down them a little bit because they've been so weirdly not good for the past like 2 weeks. I don't know what your guys' take on that is, but okay, we have a couple of FC Pro Live cards, actually like 5 of them leaked. Luis Muriel be an SPC or an objective with these stats, and okay, the stats are kind of what you expect on cards right now. I feel like there's a million cards that look like this, honestly. And then we got 3 more here, sorry, not 5, there's 4 cards, and it's Thiago Martins, Bernardeschi, and Gabriel Pirani. So all MLS players for the EMLS FC Pro Cup on the way here. They're live, and these are the official cards as well. And the upgrade path looks like this. Okay, yeah, I don't think anybody probably cares much, but these are cards that do exist and will be coming into the game at some point. And it's funny seeing this Dong tweet with the Aloe, right? He says here, now we need max 89/90 Evos. We've had max 89 Evos for so long, but it just feels like we haven't, because we keep getting random max 88 Evos out of nowhere. We keep getting ones in the objective Evos that we earn and in the regular Evos that just come out. They're like all max 88 for some reason when we've supposed to have max 89 a while ago. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. And Danny Olmo, owners rejoice, or if you waited until the games were over to actually claim him, you did well as well. But Danny Olmo is going to be pretty awesome. Roll ++ coming in for him and another +1. And obviously, obviously, who knows how far they could end up going when all is said and done, but I use this card and I really liked him. Like I said, I think we talked about it maybe a week ago or so. Danny Olmo is the only card in the game with Tiki Taka and Quick Step Plus combined. Nobody else has that combo yet. And also, it's very interesting to see some of the offline guys' reaction to like a lot of the gameplay stuff right now and the patches and that kind of thing. Because Mateus Gamer, who sends feedback to EA, is part of the creator network apparently, is pretty much only an offline player, and look what he sent them as like feedback that they should fix, right? And this is pretty universal with guys who only play career mode. You've got more varied driving ball techniques, okay, whatever, but greater punishment for first touch errors based on opponent pressure and ball speed. So he wants basically worse first touches with more press, and I think Ultimate Team players are sitting there saying, holy shit, anything but that, please. More challenging offline defense, aka better defensive AI is what I'm assuming he means by that, and then reinstatement of headers as a goal scoring technique given their current scarcity, which is kind of you can give or take it for most Ultimate Team players out there for headers being good or not, but it does show you the difference between the offline guys and the online guys, that the career mode players are like, hey, we can't score headers, offline defense is too easy, and we can break the press too easy. You know, I'm assuming that's what he means by he wants greater punishment for first touch errors based on opponent pressure and ball speed. So yeah, it just shows you the difference, and this is where they have to go separate ways. We have to undo the marriage of offline and online gameplay if they want to try and satisfy both player bases, because you're just really not ever going to be honest with you. You're just not gonna end up making changes that are good for both always, and then that's where it ends. It's always going to be a give and take with offline and online. But also the last batch of transfer cards came in, so you got Miggy Almiron to the MLS, Talisca to Fenerbahce, there's the Walsh card at Chelsea, Batshuayi, Guiri, Galeno there. You can look through here if you'd like to. And I did see this tweet today too. You know, since giving us 2 Evo slots, a lot of the Evos now, if you guys have noticed, are many more games than they used to be. We're talking 12 to 15 games, sometimes Rivals locked now, which Rivals or Champions locked, I should say, which is an odd choice. I don't understand that. So there really isn't that much of a difference between the two. I think it's still better than it was, 100%. But yeah, the Evos have gone up in games, which also is annoying. And I don't want to sit here and just bash on everything all the time, but just analyzing what's happening and trying to be as objective as we possibly can be. Yeah, Evo's games are rising and they're locked in game modes now sometimes for some reason, which I thought we were kind of going to be over that. Seems like we're not over that. And yeah, what was really the point in giving us 2 Evos if you're going to increase games all over the place? Also in this EA Direct tweet, they do say some of the changes will be activated in the coming days following a server release. So maybe actually the load-driven change isn't even there yet. The playstyle's in the game, but maybe the actual change isn't there yet because no cards have it anyway. Or it is. I'm not sure if you guys have done load-driven shots. Let me know. But yeah, apparently some of the changes are not probably activated yet, which is kind of weird if the patch is out. But anyway, the market here, it's continuing to drop pretty much everywhere, universally across the board at this point. All the team of the years, the top cards here, pretty much all going down still. And we probably have been right so far that even in the height of Rivals demand right now, it's still not rising. And I'm pretty convinced that it won't all the way until probably at least next week at this exact time, post FUT birthday team 2, honestly. Also, Dorgu was added, by the way. He wasn't in that new player section, but he was added there. Good luck trying to buy him to fit him into an Evo, but yeah, and it's going down even with the FUT birthday Evos kind of not being that great. So when we get good ones, it's going to be even worse. Yeah, I'm still looking to avoid this stuff all the way probably till like next week at this point. Maybe next week, Monday or Tuesday, it might be my time where I'd be like, hey, it might stay up for like a week or so. And okay, let's read your comments now. We have got Jeff Gutierrez, who says, always thought subs chemistry didn't matter in game and chem only applied to the starting 11. I was seeing a lot of questions yesterday about like how chemistry works on subs, and it's always basically just not applied. It never has applied. It's only been the card comes in on the base chemistry, and that's all. Or sorry, not base chemistry, on base stats, right? That's just what it looks like in game. What you see on the card is what it looks like in game if they're a sub, and that's now the new change here where it's like those super sub cards, whatever that means, if it's a promo team or if it's one delegated card in your team or whatever, they will get full chemistry basically, meaning they'll get chemistry style boosts, which then therefore will make them better, and I think that will actually mean something for it, like strategy and gameplay. But guys, as well, you know, if you're at this point in the video, you're probably a loyal JFC watcher, which I greatly appreciate you, but I want to ask you specifically, like you guys specifically, if there's anything else you want to see added into like these daily videos, right? Because I have gotten some comments being like, hey, like right here, been watching you since last year and you've stepped your game up. Are there other things as well in these videos you'd like like to see that would be useful for you on a daily basis, right? Do you want to hear more market talk? Do you want to hear other offline/career mode news? Do you want to hear more gameplay tips or gameplay stuff implemented in randomly during these daily videos, right? You know, try and like spice things up or add some things in. But if it's something specifically in the comments I see from you guys, we'll definitely add that in. And now that we are, you know, later on into the stat caps era of Evos, right? We're a few months in now, quite a few months into the stat cap era of Evos. How do you compare it to last year? Adam says here, you know, every card's kind of the same. There's a few differences, but most cards kind of look identical now. They're not as unique, maybe stats wise, as they were last year. He talks about them being paid, which I think is probably not a factor in the stat caps itself, but you're right that it is. We're getting more paid ones than we did last year. But yeah, I think their goal is to have more inclusive Evos at the expense of cards looking the same. Last year, Evos were harder to fit inside. Like, it was a little bit more strict on what cards could fit into Evos, but they had more unique boosts almost in that way. It's definitely a give and take. And Acedia, I think Acedia says at 2050, I have to disagree with no one is forcing you to use the meta thing. EA absolutely is. Poor/sluggish/inconsistent gameplay combined with only sweaty game modes makes the game significantly worse to play if you aren't using full meta cards. This is even worse if you aren't a high skill player. And I totally agree with you in pretty much every way, actually, now I think about it. Because what I meant by saying no one's forcing you to use the meta yesterday, or my commenter said that, and I kind of agree with that, is this. So there are so many cards now that can get you up to that 95%. Like, all the Evos being released are not insane, but they're very good. And through those Evos, you can make cards that are very, very good, but are more fun, if that makes sense. You know, let's give an example on like some really meta ratty card, a quick step plus card, say Gold Mbappe, right? You could use Gold Mbappe, or you could use one of your Evo strikers in a past and present Brighton team or something like that you have a lot of fun using, that probably will be slightly worse than Mbappe, but still pretty meta, right? However, you still need to use that meta card, because yes, EA do kind of force you to use like cards up to a certain level almost, because everything's so sweaty, and the game can be worse if you're using a card that is not full meta stats. But luckily a lot of cards in this game can be full meta stats, and you can have fun with those cards. Kind of what I meant like to say there, that yes, there is kind of a floor of card you have to use, but you can, within those parameters, still enjoy it, if that makes sense. You don't have to use a card that's the top of those parameters, because you might get an extra win in Weekend League using that Gold Mbappe compared to your past and present Brighton card. You know, that's kind of what I meant to say there. You can mix things up and have some fun. But yeah, I think that is it. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you all so much. I love you all. Peace.